All right, guys, welcome back. I am here with Taz Moa. You know, a lot of you guys know who he is. He takes my money all the time on the kayak tournaments, and now he's taking my money doing something else.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Taz Moa, owner of 559 Fresno Bait and Tackle here in Fresno, California. If you guys want to stop in, the address here is 1190 North Chestnut Avenue, Fresno, California, 93702.
Yeah, so if you guys are in the area, then swing by, check him out. He has a lot of cool stuff. You know, I just stopped in actually just to rig up and just get my crappie gear because I'll be walking out the banks and doing some crappie fishing just very shortly here. But yeah, if you guys are in the area, swing by and check out his shop. He has a lot of cool supplies. All right, guys, we are here at Lake Pine Flat. We got about an hour to burn. It is 6:48 right now. We're gonna fish for about an hour. We got out here a little bit earlier, but we just targeted panfish. I did get 24 bluegills and crappie. Now I'm just gonna go and just have some fun and look for an evening topwater bite. But yeah, I had my fair share of pan fishing. Now I'm just gonna go enjoy this sunset and look for some topwater fish. All right, guys, so we're gonna start out with the River Sea Rover. This one, I've had some pretty good times with it. The knock is a little bit more muffled compared to what I normally throw with the tackle. But unfortunately, I had actually cracked my tackle. I did not even notice it, but when I checked earlier, before I came out here, I noticed that it was cracked in the back, probably from throwing it on the bank too many times, and it was taking too much water. So this one is a really old bait, and it is cracked as well right here, but it is not taking any water yet, so we're gonna play around with it. I've had some fun times with this bait, so we got a lot of water to cover, that's for sure. So we're just gonna fish this pretty quickly and see if we run into some. So many recreational boaters today. It was just, man, and just so much wakes all day long. And it's just muddying everything up, makes it really tough to fish. I saw quite a bit of bait today, I'm just not seeing a whole lot of activity around them, you know. It is quite surprising, you know. You'd figured they'd be busting like crazy, but must be due to how much water they're letting out. Every time I come out here, it's like 15 feet less than what it was before. You know, it's just pretty insane. Man, look at that. Man, that's like chocolate milk. All that was wakes all day long. Probably need to look for a rocky bank so it won't be so muddy. This side is kind of just mud and dirt. So it's probably gonna be different water color compared to the opposite side. Come on now. Give me a bite. There has to be a fish here. Look at all the stick-ups. There has to be a fish in it. Nobody's home? Nobody's home? Come on now. Wow, no fish. There it is. Looks like a good one. What? That's the first one. Wow, talk about getting one bite and he gets two. Well, got a double. Well, this is what I was talking about. My lure was cracked, so this was a pretty good chance it was gonna break off the lure. But fish number one, solid fish right there. All right, folks, there's one. There's another one, another solid fish. Number two. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's a really old bait. It was cracked on the top. Just from throwing it on the bank too many times. But it's time to retire her. Man, this is one of my Vixens. I haven't thrown my Vixens in a very long time. Ever since I've started throwing the Tackles, the Tackle kick knockers, I've just gotten away from the Vixens. They basically sound the same. It's just Tackle did something with theirs that I guess made it cast a lot better. The Vixens sometimes spirals quite a bit. I don't get that with the Tackle kick knocker. It's just, and I don't know, it's the action's a little different. The kick knocker is a little bit more, it chugs a little bit more. You know, I've been successful with both, but each has the time and their place. Kind of bummed that I cracked my Rover and my kick knocker. They've just been really old baits. I mean, I've had them for over 2 years, so I've caught some really giants on them. So when I buy topwaters, I don't buy a whole bunch. I just buy one and usually just fish it until it falls apart. But yeah, catching two at one time, you know. Was that just a bobber over there that just went down and came back up? Whose bobber is that? Let's go check. There's a bobber there that I was looking at and it just went down and came back up. I don't see any bank fishermen. Hey, he went back down again. Oh, here we go, here we go. Was it that fish? No way, that fish with the bobber was chasing it. Because that bobber just came up right behind it. I saw the bobber come up right behind my lure. Oh look, he's right there. The bobber's right there by my bait. Oh, come on now. Let's see what's on it. Whoa. I got that fish on the floater. Is it that fish that has that floater? Nope, but it's a different fish. Gosh, I think they're schooling around that floater because there's a fish that has it. Well, there's one on the top spin. First gen top spin. Good spot. This will get a lot of bites when you need it. And it's been a good minute since we've tournament fished. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks, man. It feels weird to not compete. Man, but I sure miss it. Well, this coming up weekend, we got the California Bass and Wild West TOC. There's another one. Well, like I was saying, we got the Wild West and California Bass TOC. So really looking forward to that. Oh, all right, better keep working that topwater down. I had enough fun trying to catch that floater, but running out of daylight here. I got that line. I got that line. Whose fish is this? Who lost this fish? Come on, buddy, I'm trying to help you here. Ouch, ouch, come on. Well, caught me a bobber, which I can definitely use. I lose these all the time. I guess this rig is done. I'm running out of daylight, can't be playing around with this. Now the thing about those fish that I got bites on, where they're on that point, the thing about that point is there's rocks. So anywhere there's like mud on the main points, I didn't get any bites. The reason why I think because all the wakes was making it too muddy. On these points that have the rock, it has a mud line. But on the point that has just straight mud, it's just all muddied out. So those fish were on that point that had that rock. So as of right now, that's what I've noticed. So I think once we get to that point over there that has a rock on it, we're gonna get bit right on that point. This stuff may not be that good because I don't see any shad moving around or anything. But this time you should see this shad spawn going on and it's still all over the place. That was a good fish. Come on, man. That's the thing about the Vixen. If they hit it once and they don't take it, it usually tangles itself. That's why I've kind of gone to the kick knocker, because I don't seem to have the issue with the kick knocker. They're basically identical, but I don't know what they did with it that made it not tangle up as much. Gosh, man, that was a good fish too. Well, hopefully she comes back to play. Oh, no, that was a little one right there. There we go. Little squeaker. That's a good fish. Oh, that's a good one. I knew there had to be a fish there. It doesn't look too good to not have a fish there. That's a good fish. It's just about to head back too. Oh man, the teeth are sharp on this guy. That's a good one, guys. Good spot. Mean little guy. Gosh, fight so hard. All right, guys, we're gonna start heading back in slowly. Rework the bank we just came from, and then call it a day. Man, that was pretty quick. That didn't feel like an hour. That felt like 30 to 45 minutes. Man, that's some, since we went behind those hills, oh gosh, you just, darkness. There we go. Wow. Little snack size. These ones you gotta be careful about. These are the ones that stick to you. What the funny? Oh, he's messed up. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for Pine Flat. We had a pretty good day of fishing. I was out there with my dad and my brother. We were pan fishing. Ended up catching 24 crappies and bluegill. And then after that, you know, they had gone home early. I just waited out and just wanted to fish by sunset and try to get some bass fishing content. Wasn't sure how the bass fishing was gonna be because there's a lot of wake boats and we were just muddy the entire time. So I wasn't sure how the topwater bite was gonna be. But we got a double hookup, which was pretty nice. I've only done that 2 other times. The first time I did it at Mendota Slough. I hooked into a striper and a bass. The second time was at a Central Valley kayak tournament at Lake Success. I caught 2 keepers on a 10XD. And then this time I caught 2 spots on a walking bait. So it's pretty cool. You know, it was pretty just nice to see. You know, of course, when I stuck that fish, I felt like a good one, but it was finding kind of weird. So I'm not too sure until I actually didn't even see what was going on until it got close to the board. I just flipped it in because I kind of saw a silhouette. It looks kind of like just like a big fish. Didn't know it was 2, but yeah, because the water is really muddy. So when I didn't really realize that there was 2 fish until I actually flipped it and it came out of the water. But other than that, you know, I had a good time fishing. You know, we ran into a weird situation. Fish that was that broken off, and he was just swimming around with a bobber. He was actually chasing my topwater lure, and then we actually caught a fish under him on a first gen top spin with a 2.8 Kitech. And after that, we just, you know, really committed to throwing the top water. This time of year, you know, you got the shad spawn going on, you got all the bluegill spawning. That's when the walking baits really stand out. So really walking baits. I was throwing the River Sea Rover with that double hookup, put a lot of pressure on the back hook. The bait was already cracked, so With that, you know, I ended up breaking off one of the eyelets that was holding the split rings. But other than that, we tied on a Reaction Innovations Vixen. I don't usually throw my Reaction Innovation Vixens because, you know, I've kind of just gotten away from that. Ever since the Tackle Kick Knocker came out, I've been just throwing that a lot. You know, they're very similar in sound, but the action is a little bit different from the Vixen. The Kick Knocker, when it walks, you can get it to chug a little bit better on those windier days. And the thing about that one, I don't know what they did with it, but it doesn't foul hook as much as the Vixen does. The Vixen just tends to foul hook a lot, for me, that is. But I've done very good with them as well. So the thing about the Vixen, if they come up and blow up on it, and if they don't hook them, usually it's foul hooked itself. You know, the hooks are all wrapped around with the line. I know that happens a lot with braid, but the Vixen, it just happens to me more often than all my other walking baits. Of course, my setup, I'm using my frog rod. This is 7'4", medium heavy, fast action. This is Sticks number 5. This is basically my walking bait rod, and also my buzz bait, my frog rod. And the reel I have on it is a Shimano SLX DC. This is an 8-gear ratio. So with the line I'm throwing is P-Line TCB braid. I'm using 50-pound. I really like that 50-pound for my walking baits or my poppers. If I'm throwing frogs and stuff, I'd go at 65, depends on what the kind of cover I'm fishing. But it's open water. I go with that 50-pound. I really like that braid for all my walking baits because I can really get those bait to chug if I need them to. Yeah, that's gonna be it for Pine Flat. You know, we got tournaments starting back up. We had a good break for a while. We had about 3 weeks without competition, which is really weird because I'm so used to fishing a tournament every weekend. But now tournaments are finally starting back up, so stay tuned for the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.